So I most definitely should strive to be a little bit more knowledgeable, I think, on the podcast. But like I say, everything don't grab my interest. Just going out and fucking the things that a person can choose to be knowledgeable about are very, like, the shit is very broad and vast and just, all over the place. I can choose to be knowledgeable about a type of cloth, a specific cloth, how many threads are in a fucking bed sheet or something like that. Anyway, I say that because I was doing, I wouldn't even call it real research, but I just looked up a couple things on Juneteenth. It says something about a cookout, by the way. I thought that was funny. It's like, what type of food? Like, this actual Google questions. Like, how you type in something in Google and then up under it, you got a whole bunch of different questions similar questions that have been asked by Google. What type of food should you eat on on Juneteenth? Hot links, I've seen red beans rice with hot sauce. Oh shit, I think that shit kind of funny. But anyway, shout out to everybody, man. Hope y'all doing good. Today is Wednesday, June 19th. And it's Juneteenth. Officially declared a holiday back in 2021. And what I was reading, kind of all this kind of stuff followed the incidents that happened, after the police killing and the George Floyd and all that kind of stuff. Biden declared it, a holiday. Most definitely a black people holiday, I guess you could say, right? But something else, a couple things. I'm gonna try to just share the main thing. I ain't gonna try to be lengthy on this. I'm gonna just try to share a couple main things that just from now I've known about Juneteenth, obviously last year, the year before, and shit like that. But I don't think I've ever done like a podcast episode on it or anything like that. So I'm just gonna say a few things that I think of, I guess, that I've thought of, since looking into it today. And I've looked into it before a little bit. Well, obviously, like I say, initially, this how Juneteenth hit. Oh shit, they giving us a holiday? What else they gonna give us? They gonna give us something else? They gonna give us some money? They gonna da-da-da-da. Do we all got a day off? Is it free? Do we get discounts when we go in the store? It's another day for us to party, right? In this day and age. Keeping it a bean, let's be honest. Like, niggas gonna turn up this weekend because of what? I'm a DJ. I'm DJing this weekend. I'm down there. The first thing I thought of, I'm finna change my flyer colors to Juneteenth colors. And shit, this weekend for Juneteenth, marketing, right? Let's keep it a bean. Yeah, motherfuckers gonna be outside. Shit, it's Juneteenth, right? Using it to our benefit, to party, to get drunk, to get fucked up, to do whatever it is that we want to do, right? Like, shit, I woke up, might take off work. I'm gonna take off work today type shit, Not saying I did. I ain't really thinking no shit like that, but it's just, I'm guaranteeing you got people that woke up that type of vibe. Like, shit, it's Juneteenth today, man. Shit. Fuck them crackers, fuck them picklewoods, whatever, whoop, right? All cool, fine and dandy. So a couple things that I thought about. Juneteenth in 1865. This not gonna be no history class like that. Juneteenth in 1865, that's when like a Union general got up in Galveston, Texas or something like that, I think, and he like read a piece of paper type shit like, yo, at this point the slaves are free, they're officially free, you need to release the motherfucking slaves, da. Man, okay, cool. As 1865, I looked up, like, so the thing is, because blacks, blacks are like, we were celebrating July 4th for so many years. Like, July 4th, it's our Independence Day, whoop. So black people are like, yeah, 1776, our Independence Day. But that's not our Independence Day. Black people ain't get released. The slaves ain't get released from under the ruling of, like, officially released from under the ruling under, the white folk or whatever, whoever the fuck they was at that time, until 1865. Now, America got its independence. This shit sound like social studies and this shit whack. Yeah, but like I said, you gotta know your history. I think your history is important for sure. Very, very important. But your history though. Your history. And so I think all of this is a part of our history. Rather it's, whatever. But anyway, so I'm looking at it, right? And it's saying 1776. Basically, America, it's when the 13 colonies and shit like that came about. They basically was sitting around on some like, yo, like, we tired of being ruled by Great Britain type shit. So we finna do our own shit. We finna be our own motherfucking me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of energy. Like, they was on some entrepreneurial shit. Like, yeah, that's what we finna do. You know what I'm saying? So that's 1776 when America started the 13 colonies, I think, and they started to become like, yeah, we gonna be America the Great, whatever, 13 colony type shit. We tired of being ruled by Britain. But the key point that I want to highlight there is they were fucking tired of being ruled by motherfucking Great Britain. So they were like, look, we tired of this shit because we want to do our own thing. Independence Day. Thus came Independence Day. And so I look at it from that perspective. And you can fast forward to any day since I've been born, I guess, or just, 2000, you can fast forward to now, man. Just look at it now. Look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm not the biggest fan, bro. Like, cause I feel like from 1865, now I do know it's things that are in place. The powers that be, if you want to call it, the government, if you want to say white people in charge. But like I say, I'm not one of them people who go around like just blaming everything on white people and I can't accomplish things because of white folk. I ain't even in that threshold yet. I don't think. When, like, white people can send 2 police to my door. White people can send, the government, whoever, they can send motherfucking an attack, a police, a regular police on the street, to my door, and shit, I'm gonna have to tussle with him. I'm barely might survive that. So what, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to keep the main thing the main thing. And I'm not gonna try to be insensitive. I'm not trying to be insensitive as far as like black folk go, but I've felt like this for a very, 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 very long time. And like I say, your experiences are your experiences, right? To me, as far as we go, to me, when you look at the state of black people, when you look at the state of African Americans, black people, us, when I look online, when I see us in the streets, I see us, what is the representation like? Like, even now, when you look at us, like, we got, like, all I see a whole lot of people arguing about every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. And I mean, bro, we argue over fucking every fucking thing. We argue and debate about, we should be the best debate team on the planet. We argue about fucking who better out of fucking Jordan and LeBron. And I'm guilty, right? You know what I mean? But I think where you draw the line is, you got to have some type of substance. So that's why, for me, like, I feel like, shit, hey, yeah, I can argue about LeBron and MJ, shit, with the best of them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, am I going to fight and just legit, be like, nah, fuck this nigga, and just be on some ignorant shit behind it? No. We argue about the greatest rappers, right now we're arguing, and it's a fucking war about, it was race wars back in the day, I guess. I don't really hear too much about race wars at this, race wars ain't the thing. It ain't a whole lot of black and white shit that I be hearing, like, oh, that's racist. I hear more relationship, whatever bug, whatever bug or whatever person, then spirit or whatever, right? Because this shit could all be a spiritual war type shit. But like whatever, then infiltrated, our ranks, right? Type shit. And, got us arguing men and women type shit. Like that shit, bro, that shit is so detrimental, I feel like, to us, dog. And these are things that, like, you can say, oh, it's detrimental, but you might not see it right now. But I do believe, like, it's gonna rear and show its ugly head somewhere in the future, and we're gonna look back and we're gonna be like, nah, around this time, around the 2000s and whatever, nah, that shit really fucked us up, bro. Like, I'm talking about, like, when you can look back in history, when you can look back on history and you think about the drugs, how the drugs were, came into the neighborhood, the black neighborhood and shit like that. How they say the drugs, back crack in the 80s, cocaine in the 80s, whatever, how they say that type of shit. How, the drugs infiltrated the hood and shit like that. How they put the drugs in. Like I say, slavery was a big thing. I think what we're going through right now or what we're dealing with. Like you could say gangster rap or whatever. These are things that were influential in the black community, but in a negative way. Obviously, like hands down, like drugs hit the hood, right? That's influential. They fucked up a lot of shit, I feel like. Slavery, obviously, that fucked up a lot of shit in a negative way. Gangster rap type shit like that fucked up shit, right? In a negative way. Rap probably did some good too. Probably was some love songs made, babies made, and all that type of shit, right? But at the same time, get at, there's some fucked up shit going on there. So I think with now, like the internet came about, and I think where we at now, in a way, it can be seen as like, this whole like, well, racism was a thing, that fucked us up, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. Now it's like the war on like men versus women, relationships, da 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 da. And sometimes I be wondering if everybody that I'm affiliated with, or everybody that I know, does it look like that to you? Does your world? I be wondering now, like, does my friends, or people, this person over here online that I went to school with, what do our worlds look the same to each other? You know what I mean? When I I can tell you what my world look like, and I'm gonna tell you. Like I say, when you get on, I don't really go too many places. Like, I'm a bit of a hermit. Like, I go and I do my DJ shit. I work, whatever. You know what I mean? I'll stay in the house. I'll play the game. I don't go a lot of places, bro. I really don't. I really fucking don't. I don't have too many, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a large circle of friends where we're always going here, going new places, traveling, da 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 da. You know what I mean? Real simple, same little circle of people. And that's that. So what I see is a whole bunch of trending topics, on the internet. The internet keeps me informed with mostly just about everything. The internet keep me informed. Like, so I'm an internet user because shit, whatever. Hey, it's a form of entertainment. It's a form of marketing for me as a, entrepreneurial type, DJ type, whatever, da da da, right? The podcast is a way for me to, socialize and kind of keep, keep in touch with some people, things of that nature. So I just be wondering to myself, like, man, like, what is everybody else seeing what I'm seeing? Because like I say, on the internet, if that's the representation of the world, that's the closest representation of the world that we have. You know what I mean? Because like I say, I can probably go outside and ask 10 people. I can do a what do you call it? Anyway, I can go outside and ask 10 people, right? Hey, have you heard the news about Chris Brown? Have you heard the news about the NBA, finals? Have you heard the news about Beyonce, Jay-Z? Have you heard the news about P. Diddy? Have you heard the news about R. Kelly? Have you heard the news about those kids that got shot and killed? Have you heard the news about... It's the news, right? out of them 10 people, I'm damn near certain. If I give them 1, 2, 3 scenarios just based off how big that scenario is at the time and how fresh it is, they probably gonna know, because it's like on the internet, it's like everybody got it in their hands. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I be wondering to myself, like, damn, like, is everybody world look the same? Is this somebody who's living in the world, I guess, where it's like, oh nah, I ain't, none of that shit that's going on in the black community as far as like negative shit, right? It's you can if you want to label it two or three types of shit, right? You got your positive shit, you got your negative shit, and you got shit that's just out there and just don't really matter. It don't serve as negative or positive at all. And I think, you can probably, I'll just give an example, that could probably be the NBA Finals or some shit. Or whatever. That, like, in the grand scheme of things, okay, who cares? Boston Celtics is the champions. Okay. Negative, let's just call a spade a spade. The way we're being represented as far as, let's say black street rappers, or the way, and this about if you fixate your mind on certain shit, right? Like a Sexy Red, a gangster rapper out there rapping about killing and, being a junkie for the drugs, because it's an influence that these people have over people. You know what I mean? The junkie, the rap junkie nigga out there telling niggas, yeah, man, I stay high popping pills, da 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 da. And the rap bitch saying shit, fuck a bitch, fuck a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'ma slang this pussy. If you ain't got no money, you can't get none of this pussy. Or whatever. So that's promoting prostitution type shit. So, we just kind of did a little discussion on that, on the homies' show, the Rich Dreams show. You can look that up on social media. It's all one word, the Rich Dreams show. They've been letting your boy be a guest on there, every other week type thing. So yeah, but y'all tune into that. Well, you can see my face on there type shit. But yeah, so we kind of like talked about that on that show. But anyway, so I think about that. And like, so the world that I see when I get up every day, it ain't a whole lot of spiritual shit, And like I say, I've been to that point, right, where it was like, I'm on the internet and I try to follow. It's certain things that I try to, like, I'm going to lock in. I'm going to follow this. I'm going to follow this. I'm going to follow. Man, I done followed all the motivational pages. I know I follow more pages than actual people, because I can look at a person and be like, and I do this, all the social media type shit, like, well, why the fuck I want to follow this person? I don't really know them personally, or they ain't really sharing nothing that's like beneficial, or they don't share shit at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, whatever. So for me, like I said, when I get online, man, I didn't follow so many motivational pages, inspirational pages, positive-minded pages over the years. And, what happened is they just stopped making content, for the most part. They'll make content for such and such amount of time, and then next thing you know, You just don't see them no more. You just don't see that page sharing shit anymore. I mean, look. I mean, I don't know the case for that. Maybe the user just, fell off the map, or maybe they just started doing something else, or maybe it wasn't enough money in it. I don't know. Don't know. We responsible for our own, happiness, state of mind, positivity, and all that type of shit. I think we responsible for that. The thing, like I say, the world that I see is, I see a whole bunch of arguing, bickering, back and forth between men and women. Like, it's a game at this point. It's a game show at this point. Like, legit, it's a game show. Like, the 20 versus 1 pop a balloon type shit. Like, when you see that, like I was explaining to a friend of mine, when you see that shit and we want to hear, like, the name of the game is, you got 10 people in a room, you got 20 people, 15, 20 people in a room. Out of them 10 people, 8 of them people pop their balloon, 9 of them people pop their balloon. The show is hearing, hey, why'd you pop your balloon? Why'd you pop your balloon? Why'd you pop your balloon? Hey, why did you pop your balloon? Like, who the fuck gives a fuck? Like, if I watch, like I say, man, and like I say, me and the homies was kind of talking about this a little bit. It's like, the shit is so wild because it's like, a nigga can walk in there, a chick, I don't give a fuck who it is, man or female. A person can take a step in that room, stumble, almost fall. Like, this how petty, like, when you think about it, this how stupid this shit is. You walk up in a room, you almost trip and fall. You hear a pop. Some girl popped the balloon. Dude popped the balloon type shit. Popped the balloon. Then somebody else like popped the balloon. 2-3 people pop balloon. Why? Because I stumbled and fell? I almost fell? Yeah, that's giving clumsy vibes to me. That's giving clutch vibes to me. Like, what? That don't mean I'm clumsy because I fucking walked in a room and I stumbled. But I guarantee you can script and write this shit out. You can just tell the dude, when you go in there, this can be one of the most handsome dudes in the world, da-da-da-da-da. He can almost, like, say, when you walk in, bro, almost fall. Like, I'm gonna sit, stub your toe on the doorstep and just, like, kind of stumble in, like, and we want to see if anybody's gonna pop their balloon off that. I guarantee you have 2-3 people pop the balloon. One person, they really felt like that. He's a klutz. I don't want to deal with no clumsy nigga. My past trauma says I had a clumsy nigga in my last relationship or in my past relationships, and I ain't like that nigga, so I'm triggered because, man, this shit is terrible, bro. This the world that we living in. This what I see every day. When I get on the internet, I don't go outside. I can't say every day I go outside. When I go out into the world, I can't even say I got a healthy dating life, like talking about on the cool. You know what I mean? So I can't say I'm out here just, actively dating and, talking to this person. Hey, let's go here, let's go there. I can't say a lot of that. I don't think I ever really knew how to effectively date on the cool if we want to really talk some shit. Because shit, all the dating that I ever did was probably just meeting a chick in the club and being like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Shout out to 50 Blacks, man. I got to holler at my partner, man, from New York, dog. Brooklyn. Random, but shit, that's my guy. I got to call him. But anyway, man. So, I mean, it's shit that I see. And, like when I see certain shit, I watch certain shit, I ask myself, like, it's a thing. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and act high and mighty and higher than thou, most spiritual and godly than thou, whatever, how you want to say it. But, it's a entertainment value initially for a lot of things, right? But then we evaluate. This is what I do. I evaluate it eventually. It gets, it gets vetted, right, by me. And then I bring it home. I bring it in. Like, initially I see something, I'll be like, oh, that shit kind of funny. I know the age that I live in. I'm not so serious to where I can't enjoy a decent joke or crack a laugh type shit, right? I get it. Oh, okay. That's crazy. That's funny. Yeah. But then, like I say, it gets vetted, and then I think to myself, okay, well, how is this benefiting? How is this benefiting me? Right? I'm probably this is the way I'm gonna like kind of break it down. Probably prioritize it. How is this benefiting me? How is this benefiting the culture or anybody else who really watches the shit? And then I'll probably stop right there, because by the end I'm like, it's really not. It's really not. So and that's just me watching my intake on certain shit. Like that's just the type of person I am. So that's why a lot of the shit that be in our culture, I deem the shit as whack. I deem the shit as whack. And I cannot fucking stress enough how whack it is, like, being on, like, that side of the spectrum. I've been like that for years. Bro. So it's upsetting to me when, you live in a culture surrounded by so many people that really just flunkies and followers. And I never been a flunky and a follower. I never been a flunky following ass nigga. I never been that shit. Never fucking been that, dog. You gotta excuse me, I'm getting a little bit passionate. But that's because I care, though. Not because I think I'm cool. Not because I think I'm better. It's because I care. That's real deal care right there of how black people overall are portrayed, seen, represented, conduct themselves day-to-day type shit. Like how we being portrayed, I hear in these streets. I'm not saying I'm the fucking guy. When you talk to me or when you see me, I ain't got on a fucking dashiki. Like, no, I'm not that fucking guy. But for a race of people who just, like, what I am is a tough critic. For a race of people who, if you want to say, hey, we started behind the finish line or we started late or whatever, right? We started late. Just say that. For just everything that we done been through as a people, or everything that we've experienced, you know what I mean? Just some of the shit to me, like, and like I say, mainly, I just see way too much of the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, we fixate our mind on, like, niggas arguing and fighting over 300 pair of Jordans. 300, like, for what? Like, I don't know, just the shit that it's a lot of shit in the culture. And to sit up here and try to name it and bring it up and put it out there on Front Street would be to fucking be depressed. Would be to be, you know, would be super depressing. You know, I feel. But it's a lot of things. Like I say, what do we see? What do we see out here? Like I say, right now, if you get on the internet, and this right now, June 19th, 2024, this is what I can think of. We arguing, we forever arguing about dating and fucking tonight's conversation and all this type of shit, right? We doing that, men versus women. I seen some shit online. I'm gonna do negative versus positive. The positive things that I can think about as far as blacks. It's like, you know, what's happening in the black community that's positive. I think that's dope. I think that's uplifting. I think that's a good representation of like who and what we wanna what we wanna be type shit. So negative. So yeah, I know we got, you know, it's always some type of dating and men versus women shit going on. I seen another list. As far as women come out with another list of what men need to pay for in order to even really talk to them. I seen that. That's online. I ain't gonna throw out the media sites or the pages, you know, the accounts that's sharing this information. I'm just gonna say the shit that I'm seeing. And look, this a nigga who I don't follow the Shade Room no more. I don't follow the World Star Hip Hop no more. I don't follow it's another one. I forgot what it was. But it's another page. You know, it's a few pages that's like everybody follow and everybody know. Is like, as far as like the Shade Room, the same shit. They fall under the same category, but it's like they top like, yeah, you know, they appeared and this is what they share. We sharing black news, everything black entertainment and all this shit, black trends, gossip, latest gossip and all this type shit. So I said the Chris Brown joint. Well, that's one of them where motherfuckers we talking about, and that's interesting and entertaining. It's entertaining to me because, like I say, my thing is I want to engage in that conversation and see what's the overall. First of all, I want to come up with my mentality. First of all, I want to come up with what I think and how I feel about the shit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I feel like this about that. So, yeah, this how I'm feeling. Then I wanna pick the brains of everybody else. I want to see what the comment section saying. I want to see what the other people, how they feel about it. And then I want to just kind of put it all together and be like, is this, like, in a situation like this, you get what I'm saying? Like, what's it worth, I guess, at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Like, because truth of the matter is, I mean, how many girls there's so many girls in the world. Shit, you know, Chris Brown could never, you know, he can't fuck them all. I mean, even if he did take a picture with your girl, I mean, shit, let's keep it a bean. You think, yeah, everybody girl don't look the best. Damn, Chris Brown gonna hit, Chris Brown might not want your overweight, you know, not so attractive girlfriend type shit. So you gotta be thankful for that, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, if you in that category. Chris Brown don't want to hit everybody, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, that's on you. That's different strokes for different folks. Now, if you got a fucking model ass broad, and she really a sleeper, you know what I mean? And that's your fiance, and she really hot shit like that. He might wanna. He might done did. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I say, I guess, you do it and you entertain it for the hypotheticals. Like, if you were ever in this situation, how would you handle it? Or, hey, this is an option. You probably this could be a decent way of handling it or going about it, right? So it can serve as some type of life experience to somebody, some type of guidance to somebody. You get what I'm saying? Or help somebody understand if they were placed in this situation, if they just so happen to be placed in this situation. Hey, this ain't a bad way to handle it. You know what I mean? So, like I say, a couple other things. We had the Kendrick and Drake in the grand scheme of things. What does that fucking mean? We was talking about the Diddy shit, which I'm not gonna say that shit don't matter. And this shit kind of old at this point. Not really, but I mean, compared to the shit that come out every fucking day, every damn week, it's always something. And I feel like at some point, as far as like social sites or the pages that share media outlets, I feel like at some point, this what you end up doing. You end up, just like today is Juneteenth, I wouldn't want to come and do Juneteenth in July. Like, right? I wouldn't want 2 weeks from now, when we in July type shit, I wouldn't want to be like, oh yeah, this is my Juneteenth episode. I didn't drop it on Juneteenth, but nah, I could have very well done that shit. But it's like, hey, it's Juneteenth. Everybody in the mood for Juneteenth. You do a Juneteenth episode. Right? And so it's kind of like that, everybody want to jump on, and everybody going to want to jump on and be like, this is what's happening. I want to be the first person to jump on it. That way, people see it, people hear it, da-da-da-da, I was first, type shit. So I think somewhere in that whole realm, the media outlets and all that type of deal, it's like, hey, no, if your job is to spread the news, the gossip, the whatever it is, right? Or whatever it is, it's like you got to be on top of it. It's like, just like on any news, news back in the day when they said, when it used to be this just in, this shit just happened. This just took place. You know what I mean? Like, I forgot what they used to say, but breaking news. That's what they used to say. Breaking news. So this is breaking news right now. So you want to be the first person to break the news. So it's like, you know what I mean? You want to be first on that shit, type shit. So at some point, that's what it is. So it's like, you don't want to be behind. Oh, let's get on this now. Let's get on this story now. Oh, Cat Williams did this episode at the beginning of the year. Da 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 da. Shannon Sharp. Da da da. All the shit that we done talked about this year. Bottom line, I ain't really got too much positive shit that I can really like. If it ain't for me, just really trying to watch my intake on the things that seem like a lot of us in the culture fixate our mind on. I can't name you 3, 4, 5 legit, channels that everybody know about, and we run around here talking about finances, that everybody know about, and we talking about investing. and we talking about spiritual, like some type of, name me 3 to 4, 5 spiritual pages that you tap into every day. Name me 3, 4, 5 good dad, good parenting, good marriage, wholesome, healthy marriages, or healthy eating habits pages that you tap into and you fuck with and you see trending every day. And people sharing this shit. Type shit. You can't. You fucking can't. You can't. You ain't gonna do it. You can't do it. Why? But this ain't nothing new. It's been like that. It's been like that. That's why I volunteered, I guess if you ask me, to be this fucking superhero ass of a nigga, in a sense, where, I've always wanted to just try to spread some type of positivity or enlightenment or, the good stuff. I wanted to be a part of the solution and not the problem if I could help it. Now, it's a lot of days that go in between there, and I'm not going to sit up here. I don't want anybody who know me, shit, I can get down and party just like anybody else type shit. I can laugh and entertain just like, anybody else type shit. I like a good story or a good bullshit ass, story for leisure, for fun, for pleasure, whatever, just like anybody else. But like I say, it is a level of like, damn, let me turn the switch off real quick and let me tap into something else and feed my brain some other shit. You know what I mean? So, man, really lengthy on that. I think as far as Juneteenth go, man, I look. As far as Juneteenth go, I like I said, going back to 1776, some 40 minutes ago, right? Going back to 1776, when the United States was on some like, yo, like, we tired of being ruled by Great Britain. You gotta ask yourself to a degree, like, shit, damn. It's almost a well shit. We talk a whole lot of entrepreneur shit as black people. Are we tired? I don't know, man. It's just that, and if anybody know me and wants to understand me type shit, I'm most definitely the guy that's like, as far as, that's why I indulge in some of the things that I indulge in. That's why I can sit up here and listen to, or I'll listen to, well, I've been like that all my life though. Like since I was younger, and my mama used to fucking listen to Celine Dion. My mama fucking used to listen to country music. Fucking Shania Twain and shit. So I had a bit of that, where it was like, it's just not, I'm not fucking with nothing that's just like pure, straight bullshit. And that's like that's all I'm feeding myself. Rather that be in music, rather that be in entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, I watch anime. I listen to all types of music. All types of music, bro. If it slap, it slap. If it's a country song, but it's good, bro. If it's a rock and roll song and it's good, bro. If it's an old school song from the fucking 70s, 60s, 50s, but it's good, it sound good, nigga, it is good, bro. It's not just like me running around and, the rap that we've been, I could never. My brain will be fried. My brain will be fried. So, I mean, so as far as Juneteenth go, man, I fuck with it. I like it. I think us as a culture, I really think we bad, if I'm being honest. I think we're bad. I think we're so fucking bad. I think a lot of us, you know how they say sell out, how they talk about people selling out and things of that nature. I think a lot of us do what we do because we really do see, or we see what the world is like, right? Like, we see that if we talk a lot of shit, draw a lot of attention to ourselves, make a spectacle of ourselves at certain times, for certain things. Like, think of all the challenges. Think of all the challenges and the trends and shit. Like, I remember the one setting on fire challenge and trend type shit. They would literally, motherfuckers was in the shower setting their dumb asses on fire. Like, they were setting themselves on fire type shit. People remember that? Like, why would you do that? But like you ask yourself, like, why would you do that? But it's no different. The reason a person would do that is because they're associating trending, popularity, famous, viral with wealth, money, rich. That's what's happening. You know, so all the trendy, like, I'ma say this, clout, I'ma say this because it's gonna associate me and get me in, this other ecology of, like, so I'ma say this outlandish shit on this platform when I go there, or I'm gonna do this crazy, I'm gonna pull this crazy stunt when I'm on stage, or I'm gonna go to this event and I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna dress like this. You know what I mean? I can remember the rapper DaBaby, right? DaBaby, he actually, had a, shout out to Change of Plans, my boy G Plans, Change of Plans. That's a media platform too. And I ain't gonna say I agree with every fucking thing that they share on that platform. I really don't. But that's what media is, though. Once you in that game, once you in that bed, you play that. You know what I mean? Now you decide how far you go. I mean, it's just like the rooms that they talk about in them Diddy parties and in them parties where, shit, well, you decide how far you want to go. You want to just be up in a room where it's a woman, two women, and it's two women and two men, and y'all having a small 2v2 orgy with the women. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it got some other shit going on in some of the rooms where you doing some crazy shit probably, or you got to do some crazy shit. You ain't never heard? I heard about it. I heard that's what they say, man. That's what they say. But so yeah, that's what I think, man. That's what I think. So in continuation, I think, like, that's what people associate it with. They associate that with fame, with money. You know what I mean? So on a small scale, you know, you can say, hey, the people who indulging in all that, you know, that's what it is. They trying to come up. They trying to come up. They trying to, you know, they trying to make something happen. You know, we all are, because shit, you know, look where we at. We at the bottom. We ain't got the best connections. We ain't got all the resources, type shit. You know? For some people, you know, like me, I try as best I can. I feel like, you know, not to be on no sucker shit, not to be on no selling out shit. You know, most definitely try to maintain as much integrity as I can, right? In regards to how far will you go, how much will you do in order to, you know, try to reach that place you want to reach, you know, that amount of money, or rub shoulders with that particular person or them people. You know what I mean? Up until this point in my life, I can say, you know, that's one of the things that I can say. You know, I mean, I can pat myself on the back and say, hey, well, you ain't never been on no sucker shit, just straight embarrassing yourself or just trying to suck on any pair of balls type shit. You know, pause, whatever. But, you know, I ain't never been on them vibes for the most part. I done thought strategically on a plan of action to take to try to upgrade my life type shit, you know, things like that. But you know, a lot of the times I feel like shit, that's all that some of us have. You know what I mean? It's that integrity that, like, yo, I ain't never had to sell out. I ain't never had to eat no twat, kiss no ass that I didn't want to kiss. Or, you know what I mean? I never had to do none of that shit like that in order to get where I wanted to get, achieve what I wanted to achieve. You know what I mean? This was all hard work and, you know, repetition and, you know, the sweat off the brow and the whole, you know, that type shit. So, I mean, it's honor in living or leading a life like that, I think. I mean, you know, and shit, if it ain't nothing else, sometime for that the case, the answer to it all, that very well could be it. Like, well, you get to say, hey, you ain't never kissed no ass and blah, 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 and sold out type shit. So, congratulations. That could be it. And, you know, that's one of them things where you gotta be okay with it. If that's the way the cookie crumbles, at the end of the day, hey, you know, so be it. You know, some that mattered that much to some people. You know, I wouldn't want nobody coming back in my, well, nigga, you kissed such and so many asses, nigga, to get get your motherfucking spot and look at me, nigga. You know what I mean? So, anyway, happy Juneteenth to everybody. Do what you do. Make it a good one. And like I say, I would just say, man, represent. But choose what you want to represent, how you want to represent, for the culture, for your people. You know what I mean? That type shit. That's what I would say. If we think of everybody ain't the best representation. You know what I mean? Like, just think we doing business. Just an example. Just think we doing business with like other countries and shit like that. You know, and we send our most ignorant, or you know, we doing business with Russia, right? And we send the leader of the LGBT community type shit to represent for us as the United States. Black people trying to get big oil deals or something like that, and we send Chief Keef over there or whoever, right? Like whatever name that comes to mind, we send Black Youngster over there. Okay. You don't want me to get you don't want to do business with us? Okay, little whore, little whore, little bit of bitch, little whore. And then he pull out a wad of cash and be like, so this ain't enough money for you. I'm just saying, man. So it's about, you know, some people care about it, some people don't. Certain people ain't thought about it. You know what I mean? So I think about representation of, like, you know, I think about it. Representation of how you represent, man. What you represent. So, yeah. That's all for today. That's all I got. And we'll be back with another episode here soon, probably. Thank y'all for listening. Been another episode of Landell's Pod. And peace.